What's up? Happy Monday, happy Groundhog Day, happy every day. It's also May 4th. So for you Star Wars nerds, this is not for you. I didn't know May the 4th be with you until just a couple years ago. And I can appreciate it from a nerd fan point of view. I am a nerd fan of many things, but Star Wars is not one of them. Here's a blub of hair I'm not a nerd fan for. The workout today is inspired by negative feelings, of which I have many right now. Whatever, dude, don't judge me for that. Or do judge me, I don't care. It's called Not a Star Wars Nerd Fan. It is a 60-minute AMRAP. If you only have 30 minutes, do a 30-minute AMRAP. It is an acronym. And by the way, this is the Cheese Man. This is a creation of my 13-year-old daughter. She was in here one evening and drew this, and I don't have the heart to erase it, so I just wrote the workout around it. You're gonna do 13 reps of a shit ton of exercises, except for seated hip circle abductions, which I just call abducts because I'm super cool. And you'll do 50 of those. Every time there's a letter A, you're gonna do abductions. So 1, 2, 3, 4 full sets of those. Every letter is for an exercise. Anything with an N is a kneeling something or a half kneeling something. I just, it's phonetic, so there's no fucking K. God damn it. And I don't feel like telling you the whole board here because it's just going to take too much time. So we're just going to do it. Equipment, kettlebells, dumbbells, different sizes, and a box, or a chair or a sofa, and a hip circle. First exercise is a kneeling halo. You're going to go around your neck with that bell 13 times per side. I'm leaving the music on really quiet in the background, and I'm afraid that I'm going to get flagged for it, and I'm going to keep talking because if maybe I'm talking, you can't fault me for the music. I don't know. I like these a lot. When you do a lot of them, it really is good. Oblique crunches. So you're working the side abs here, 13 per side. It's a very small range of motion. And if you feel like you're doing something wrong, just do it slower. Like if you don't feel like you're feeling your obliques, do it a little slower. And I'm kind of pointing that elbow that matches the top. Never mind, just ignore me. Triangle push-ups, which is really a tricep push-up. I should have just called them tricep push-ups. 13 of these. You can get on your knees or elevate your upper body if you need to. Beautiful day. Nice tight plank position. Go ahead, squeeze your butt. And what's next? Here's our abducts, hip circle, seated abductions. Notice the level of my hip is even with the level of my knee, so don't sit on anything that's too tall. And you're gonna do 50 of these. Pulse, 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 pulse. Skull crushers, holding the bell upside down to get more range of motion. Trying to keep my upper arms in the same spot, but they are moving. And you're going to do 13 of these. These are awesome. I would have programmed more of these, more sets, but there's only so many S's in Not a Star Wars Nerd Fan, and I used snatches for the other S. So here we go. What's next? Tactical lunges. You're threading the bell through in a figure 8 shape formation. Did anybody see the Blue Angels? Speaking of formations, I did. They flew over my house. It was kind of awesome. I wasn't expecting to feel emotional about airplanes, but there I was. 50 more abductions here. Sitting up nice and tall, feeling the magic in the butt. Do, 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 do. Rear delt flies, working those back shoulder muscles. Just in time for bikini season when you go to the beach or on your cruise. Is anybody ever going to go on a cruise again? I know I'm not. Woman makers. This was the hardest one. I've never done 13 woman makers in a row. And they suck. So do them. They're good for you. You can jump back if you're a spring chicken. I am more of a winter rooster or something. A winter albatross. Dodo bird. Go ahead. Sling it, bitches. YouTube's a nasty place. I hope to make it just a little bit brighter. Yay. Press. Those presses just get more and more brutal. I am not showing you the full 13 reps for any of these exercises because you would fall asleep. But if you were doing them with me, it might be a different story. It might be super fun. But you're gonna have to be a little independent here. Just a little bit. Did I forget the editing button? Is it ever gonna end? Oy vey. It really sneaks up on you. These are 12-pound dumbbells, P.S. I have nothing against pink dumbbells. They get a lot of flack in the world, but I don't care. I wave my freak flag. Hi. This is just not going to stop. So at least we're truly in this together. I super duper thought I shortened this section. Oh, little push press there. Did you see me cheat there? Warrior attitude. Eye of the tiger. We can do it. Oh, more abductions. 50 more. Where we at? Oh, we got one more set of abductions, I do believe. Next is going to be the rear delt fly. 13 more of these. Hips hinging back. And after this, we're going to snatch. So we're going to have the same body shape with the hinge. Lean back against the bell. They call it taming the arc, the way the elbow bends just a little bit on the way up and on the way down. I love snatches so much. They are so badass and awesome and effective, and I highly recommend them. I really need to do a snatch tutorial video just for the snatch. Snatch. Do you want that? Are you listening? Comment below. Squeeze your butt. Big ol' hike. I'm showing this whole thing. That's how much I love it. That's a lot of love. 13 per side. All right, now we're doing 13 kneeling presses. You can do a half kneeling or a full kneeling. I decided to fully kneel on both knees for this workout because I never do it. I wanted to see what it felt like. It feels good. It feels really good. The thing that happens when you kneel is you can't cheat using your legs. Half kneeling is even harder, I would think. And seated, you could do seated as well. Maybe we'll do some seated presses on Wednesday. And note that the bell comes all the way down into the rack position, meaning the thumb reaches the collarbone. I am leaning back away from the bell. a little bit. That's okay. I'm gonna give myself a little leeway today. Oh, I picked the number 13 because I just added up the numbers and the date, May 4th, 2020, 5422. And I got 13. I thought that would be a good rep range to use. All right, so here's our elevated hip circle glute bridges. My feet are elevated, which gives a bigger range of motion, and I'm keeping constant tension on the hip circle, not showing you all 50. Get into a good comfortable position, right angles from the box to your butt. All right, rack, hold, lunges. Now I always default to a reverse lunge. It's just a little bit nicer to your knee joint. When you lunge forward, you put more impact onto your knee, and that's okay if you don't have knee problems. I don't have knee problems, knock wood, but I don't want them either. I have enough other problems. I have back shit and shoulder shit and a potty mouth shit. Here's the other side. So I'm keeping the leg forward that's holding the bell, and that just kind of makes it easier to balance and easier to keep track of what I'm doing. My brain's been pretty foggy lately. I have reached the point in my life where I am drying up into, dead bugs. It's called menopause, kids, and it's not pretty. And I'm a foggy, sweaty mess. So just bear with me. Okay, front squats. I have 2 different sized bells here. I don't have 2 of the same bells. I've been renting out bells to make a little extra money. So I've got a 14 kilo in one hand and a 12 in the other. When you clean up 2 bells into the rack position, you put them in a V shape. And I'm just gonna do 7, and then I'm gonna put them down and I'm gonna switch sides. Okay, so I'm gonna switch them around and I'm gonna shape them into a V, V to me. Learned that from Dan John. Big hike into the rack position. And I'm making sure to touch my elbows to my knees at the bottom of each squat. That tells me I've gone low enough. My hips can definitely go lower than my knees. I've got the mobility there and I'm gonna use it. It uses more muscles. Makes my butt prettier. Oh, look at this, more abductions. We are almost done, folks. So if this takes you about 30 minutes to get through, not a Star Wars nerd fan, then do it again if you have a whole hour. So H Kurt, half kneeling reach through. Look at the setup. It looks complicated. It's really not. This is a mobility exercise. We usually do this as a warm-up, but it's sometimes nice to finish with a mobility exercise. Although if you're doing another round, it's just right in the middle there. And it's a nice rotation, little shoulder juicer for you. So now watch this. I'm on my hands and knees. I stick one leg out, same hand goes up, boom, in the position. Some people get pretty confused trying to figure this out, but I know you can do it. Also, use the pause button. Go for it. We truly are in this together, guys. I can't even. Period. Thank you for working out with me. Thank you for working out with this piece of hair right here. Yesterday it was down to my boob, and today it is up to my pec. Stay safe and stay sane, and just thank you.